Okay, I wanted to speak to this because it's been coming up in my conversations with clients and just heart-centered conscious people left and right. What to do when you're in this state of sort of existential crisis and uncertainty and overwhelm. I think that we have never before seen what we're in right now, this phase of life where there's so much information coming at us left and right. We have instant access to everything that's going on in the world, and everything at our fingertips, even just in everyday life, of the things that we need and the things that we're looking for. It's just like, bam, there it is, which is great, that part. And it's freaking overwhelming, and it jars your system, and it's overstimulating. And we've just, in any given moment, we're overwhelmed. And then inherent within that is a shit ton of uncertainty. And uncertainty is really hard to be with for us humans. Like, our brains are hardwired to seek and search for certainty. We want to be reassured. We want predictability. We want to know that things are going to work out when we put ourselves out there in, following our dreams or our work, or putting ourselves out there in relationship or whatever it might be. It's like we might have the courage, but then we sit and we shrink and we fight when there's that uncertainty. And then there's, the uncertainty of life itself as we start to see so much more going on in the world that is just, especially if you're energetically sensitive or empathic, it is scary. So, whether you're looking at this in terms of, big collective worldly stuff and the uncertainty and existential crisis-y energy that comes with that, or in your everyday personal life, it's probably both. If you're alive in 2024, what do we do with that? Well, I wish I had an answer that was like super like, hey, just do this and you'll be great. I have the next best thing. It does require effort on your part, as most good things do, but it's also, it's applicable for everything, because essentially what it is managing your energy, managing your vibration and your sensitivity, and putting it where it is most productive, where it is most soothing to your nervous system. And therefore it's the most conducive for being the conscious co-creator that you actually are. So, when life gets to be too much, when it's overwhelming, when you're in a state of uncertainty, there are 4 primary approaches that I like to practice myself and give others. The first is make sure, for the love of God, make sure you have a daily alignment practice. And what I mean by that is a daily practice, daily being the operative word, that allows you to consistently get into a better feeling state, a state where you are calm and centered. Your nervous system can get a little bit of a break. That hamster wheel going on in your head can stop spinning for a little bit, and you can just be. It's almost like in today's age, we've forgotten how to just be, because we've created all of these things that promote the opposite of that. And the next sparkly, shiny thing, and go do this and go buy that. And here, this will make your life even easier. Instant gratification stuff. It kind of has taken us away from our inner nature and our ability to just be. And when we have that cultivated, we're in a state of flow. We're in a state of allowing. And that is where things can come together more easily, effortlessly, harmoniously. You find the resources that you need instead of just constantly trying to recover from everyday life. So a daily alignment practice is key. What does that look like? It can look like anything that feels good and helps you feel that calm, centered state, but that you can accomplish daily. So I know a lot of people love to go on nature walks, but if you live in a climate rather that experiences harsh winters, that might not be a possibility. Or if it's like super rainy and windy and you don't want to go outside on a given day, you got to find something else to do. So it could look like gratitude. It could look like journaling every day, meditating every day, moving your body every day, breath work every day, incorporating moments of stillness and silence, which is actually number 2. This is kind of like this can be combined or looked at separately. But number 1, have a daily alignment practice that helps you get into a state of alignment each day. And by the way, when you do that, you're training yourself into that higher state. It becomes your predominant way of being, which means that when you inevitably fall out and you get sucked into the pain and angst of existential crisis and uncertainty, you are going to find it easier to recover to that state and more quickly. Then the next one is incorporating more silence and stillness. So in this day and age where we have just a ridiculous amount of things to think about, account for, to-do lists, keep track of this, text this person back right away, email, social media platforms, direct messaging left and right. Like, how many ways can people get a hold of you, right? It is insane. Remember the days where you left the house and nobody could get a hold of you till you came home and checked your answering machine? Or maybe if you're younger than I am, maybe you heard of such days, this myth that that's how it used to be. It actually was, and didn't appreciate it at the time, but I think it's glorious now. But in taking the time to just slow down and focus on your breath and just like notice the space around you, notice how you feel in the room, notice the colors, the scents, the sounds. I, for one, love silence. Like if I'm left alone in my home, I have a husband and 2 kids, but if they're not here and if I can get the damn cat to leave me alone, I love her. Silence is my go-to. And that's just to let myself, my nervous system, my energy field gets a break from having to sift and sort and respond to constant stimuli. We vastly underestimate the impact of that on everything: mental, emotional, physical, energetic bodies. So daily practice, silence, stillness, incorporate them, schedule them in. For the love of God, you will thank me later. And then daily body movement would be number 3. So before, when I was saying as a daily practice, getting out into nature might be a good idea. Daily body movement might be even better than that because of the weather factors that I named. And let's not look at this as exercise. Don't attach it to the story of diet and weight and body image and all of that crap, because it's not the same thing. It's not what I mean here. It is really about moving energy. So as we're taking in all of that external stimuli, it's getting built up in our systems, and it's creating stuckness and stagnation and overwhelm. It's like an energetic buildup. So when you move your body as an energetic being that you are, that I am, we're actually giving that energy a place to go. We're moving it out of us. And there's a whole bunch of things that go along with that concept that is maybe better for a different video. But the point is, if you move your body daily, even just for a few minutes, whether it's stretching, walking, it could be heavy cardio, it could be weightlifting, it could be any of those exercise-oriented things. It could be dance, it could be yoga, it could be anything, but just move your body, get in your body, and you will start to see a better balance and overall capacity to be with the pace of today increases. So that would be number 3. Then number 4 is, it's kind of a non-traditional one, but start looking at those spaces in between, the spaces where you tend to feel the most uncertainty, and look to see what's available. What is possible in this space? What is available to me here? What is good here? What is magical? What gems are hidden in this space and time called the unknown, or the not yet coming to fruition or taking physical shape or form, not yet having the answer, knowing how the other person feels, knowing if you got the job. Like in this space, building up your capacity to be okay is probably, it will make you a freaking Jedi master, for God's sakes. Like, we are not taught to do this. This is not easy stuff. So it can look like just sitting and telling yourself good things. I'm okay. I'm okay. Finding certainty within the uncertainty. All right, I don't know the answer to this thing yet, but I know that the sun's going to rise tomorrow. I know that I have air in my lungs right now. I know that I have a roof over my head. Create and cultivate certainty in the space of uncertainty and get curious about it. What's available to me here? These are tips that help you keep your sanity in an insane world and help us adapt to this much higher pace of life than I think we even realize. So try them out. Let me know how they land with you and what other things you do. And then if you want more, go to my website, novawhiteman.com, for other tips and strategies of how to effectively manage your energy as an energetically sensitive being.